Mustard Knuckle.
Hello everybody, Mustard Knuckle back again, heading out today in the Tanks-L60 Swedish tank. This is the M38, the reserve vehicle. We'll talk about gameplay, history, tips, thoughts, anything, stuff that might help you out in your game, especially if you're somewhat new to War Thunder, and maybe it'll just be some good reminders if you've been playing. Whoopsie. Like, you know, when you're racing through the trees, don't, you know, kind of pay attention to where you're going a little bit so you don't plow into the logs that are randomly placed perfectly, well, maybe it's a lumber yard, whatever. It's a lot of wood. So, let's see, we're uh-oh. Boom, wow. Okay, well, that's a good start. So what you do is you crash into the logs, and then that gives timing to where that guy doesn't see you, and then you shoot him. So that's a mustard knuckle trick there that you might be able to use in your own game. Crash into something and then get a kill. So, you know, that's that's my first tip for the game here. So the M38, they started making this thing in the early 30s actually, and then it was in service all the way until the 2000s, the early 2000s. This thing was in service. I think the last place was in the Dominican, and primarily this was with Hungary, Ireland, and it was built in Sweden, obviously. So it was developed as just a light tank. Some of the interesting things about this is that it, as you see on like some Italian tanks and some other vehicles in the game, it's not welded, they're just riveted together. What do we got over here? Somebody's shooting. I got myself into a spot. If they come up here to get me, I'm in trouble. But if they don't, this might be a pretty good spot. I'm beyond the capture point right now, so I'm gonna just hang out for a minute. I don't want to show myself too soon because they've already got B. So if I show myself too soon, they're gonna make a U-turn. But it's just too... Uh-oh. Yeah, I can't not. There we go. Good reload on this thing. It reloads so fast. Which, reload equals fun. There we go. Pretty good round, too. I mean, this is a fun little vehicle. Whoops. That guy was interested. Alright. So it was in service with Ireland, Sweden, Hungary, all that. This was an early variant, or the first really, of multiple variants afterwards. This was developed into the M39, the M40, and then another M40 variant. I can't remember the numbers and letters and stuff, but so basically they made 4 tanks based on this one, which is super common. Like I said though, the design initially was good enough. That was a good one, I like that. That they were able to develop on it. This thing had the welded construction, like I said, so the plates didn't just blow apart when it got hit. Uh-oh. The plates didn't just, where's that bomb? Oop. I will move. With riveted construction, if you get hit by something, it could, you know, somewhat break apart. It's also not as airtight when it's just riveted construction, so, you know, any gases or anything from the field can maybe find their way a little bit easier into the tank. Golly, this is a good shot. This reload is awesome. At this tier, that reload in this gun, this is pretty good. Oh, that guy just, like, appeared. I wonder if that was him or me on the connection. Okay, now we got him stopped. And another shot. Now he's on fire. Okay. Will we ever get him? Nah. You know, I hate it when they move. If they would just sit still, that would make it a lot easier. Here we go. Oh, barely got him. So with the welded construction, you can see on the side here, there's no rivets or anything. This thing also had torsion bar suspension, which is similar to like the Panther and some other more advanced vehicles. Oh, we gotta get this guy. Oh my gosh, it's like, this is unbelievable. with the Panther and other more advanced vehicles, the torsion bar suspension is just a bar mounted through the tank, and it's a certain strength, and it's already figured out. Oh boy, now they know I'm here. I'm gonna try to show them just kind of a piece here and just see if they'll shoot at me. See if I can just get enough out there that they'll take a shot thinking they can, you know what I mean? If they take a shot, then I know I got a little bit of time. And I'm already loaded, so if I did happen to see them shoot, I could jump out there real quick while they're reloading, and that's that. So the torsion bar, it's like a stiff bar, and the wheels are mounted to it, and there's no springs or anything. It's all based on the strength of that bar, and the wheels are mounted to it on another like linkage, and as weight is placed on it, it twists that bar that they've already established how strong it needs to be. So that's what provides the suspension. There's no moving parts, there's nothing to break. Man, I can't believe this. There's nothing to break, it's super reliable, simple but complex at the same time. It's a pretty smart engineering design to keep everything as straightforward as possible. So let's see, more about this tank with the welded frame. I thought something was interesting, and I continue to think this is interesting on these old vehicles. These engines, somebody got it. These engines are giant. This thing was, I think, 7.4 liters, it was close to 8 liters, which is a big giant engine, a V8, and it only made 150 horsepower, which is mind-blowing to me. Like, now, you know, a 4-cylinder, the most basic 4-cylinder you could ever find is 150 horsepower, 120 at least, anyway. This thing probably had a ton of torque to get this tank moving, so we'll hop in this airplane, let's see what we can do here. We're in a good spot in this game. I mean, my team's starting to move up right with me there, so that's cool. They didn't just sit back the whole time. That's the thing, I like to sit back, but when the time comes, you gotta be able to recognize when you need to move up too. So, you gotta pay attention to what's going on the map. And if you're hanging back and you see that your team's getting extended, then you need to start maybe thinking about moving too. Let's see if we can get this guy. Wow. Ooh, that might have been too late. Oh, jeez. So, I just threw the flaps out there right at the bottom of that turn. They will help you. If you hit F and dump those flaps out, that combat flaps as you're trying to pull out of something, it does reduce your arc or your turning radius or whatever. And I'm just gonna fly through here. This game's over. Wow, that was really fast. Okay, well, maybe we'll do another video on this thing later. 8 kills, 5 assists. That'll work. That will work. So let's see here. Let's use the mustard method here. See how many kills they got. How many guys had 0 or 1 kill? Whoever has the least wins. They have 11, and we had 7. So 11 to 7. We win. We had less players with 0 or 1 kill. The mustard method. Anyway, well, maybe we'll do another one on this. That was pretty short. Thanks for watching. Good luck, have fun. We'll see you in the next one.